Okay.
All right.
A little fuzzy for some reason, but there we go. That's better. Okay, good. We're recording. All right. Complete?
Complete.
Okay. To the line, right?
To the line.
Okay.
Zulu Papa Victor Tower, traffic 4 o'clock and 1 mile eastbound Cessna at 2000.
So if you want to follow me through on the takeoff with your hand on the stick, feel free.
Papa Tower, base turn over the Golden Ears Bridge. You are number 2 following a Cessna short final.
Okay, we're going from COM 2 to COM 1 over the tower.
Okay.
Tower, Tango Delta, left away, go 26 left.
Tango Delta Delta, line up, ready, 26 left.
9.26 left, Tango Delta.
Okay. So let's go to the line checks.
Okay, make sure.
Picture's Rich.
Boost pump.
Boost pump on.
Fox, Yankee,
Lights.
pit ground, stand by,
Lights. So
we'll be
we're going
arranging.
strobe and taxi.
And we'll get back to you.
Transponder.
Transponders auto.
Takeoff time.
And we're off at 1712.
Okay, flight plan.
Nope, we're good.
Tango Delta Delta, maintain ready heading to Douglastown before northwestbound. Wind is light and variable, clear takeoff, ready, 26 left.
Tango Delta, and confirm 2000 before westbound.
Tango Delta Delta, ready heading to Douglas Island.
Douglas Island, Tango Delta, thanks.
Okay, all set?
All set.
All right, you can put that away.
This is Cherokee Golf and Zero Papa.
Cherokee Golf and
here we go.
Sit there.
Full throttle. Gonna give her a little right rudder to hold her straight from the torque. Our power is set. Airspeed's alive. We got a runway on our
Where are you? What's your altitude?
synthetic vision. Light on the wheel. At 65, we rotate, we're off.
Airport.
It's 2,500 feet next
Now we
out.
got positive rate, we're maybe gear up.
Block it in, altimeter 302.
Green lights go to red in transit, and then they should go off once the gear's up.
Low heat and 2,500.
There we go. And at 100 knots, we go flaps up.
That's a Fox, Echo Fox, Yankee Pick ground.
So right now we're flying at 115 knots, which is the cruise speed in this S-172, and we're climbing at 1,100 feet per minute.
So what's the cruise speed at this?
If I'm up a ways at 8,000 feet, we get about 180 knots out of it. That's pretty good. And we're Douglas Island, we can turn northwest. Throttle back a little bit.
Altitude.
Oscar Sierra Bravo Tower, right hand circuit, cleared stop and go, running 26 right.
So usually I'll climb out about 130 knots or so.
India Lima Papa Tower, traffic.
So you want to fly?
30 and
Sure.
2 miles.
Okay, so let's go up to 2,000 feet.
Okay.
Okay, straight ahead. You have control? So about 130 knots.
We're cleared for circuit on 26 right.
Approaching altitude.
Okay, so you can, when we come through about 1950, you can start to level up.
Once you're east of the Piper, the altitude restriction is canceled.
And now what you're going to notice is when we level off, you're going to have to keep adding a little bit of forward trim every now and then, because as we accelerate, it's going to want to climb on you.
Okay.
Tango Delta says clear to the northwest.
Tango Delta Delta. Roger. Advance change en route for good flight.
Harbor Tower, good evening, last air, Golf Tango
Moving
Delta.
altitude.
Golf Tango Delta Delta, Harbor Tower, good evening, altimeter 3021. Cleared westbound via the North Shore at 2000. What is your destination? We'll be working the House Sound area for Tango Delta. Tango Delta Delta, roger.
Okay, good. So that's nice. He cleared us already. And so you can maintain
Hotel Mike Indy.
2,000 feet.
House Sound frequency. Hotel Mike Indy, thanks.
So now I'm going to dial in 2,000 on the bug for you. If you get 100 feet low or 100 feet high, she's going to squawk at you.
Okay.
Okay? Maintain the North Shore. Your heading's perfect. Give you the heading bug on your indicator there. That's good. And then you can maintain the 2 and keep an eye out for other traffic.
I got the helicopter going by for 317.
That's 317, thanks. When you're ready for it, descent's approved, and also crosswind, cleared right downwind. You're number 1 for the westbound.
Thank you.
Okay, temps are coming down, so I'm going to lean us out a little bit. That's about 10.5 gallons an hour on our fuel flow. bit of gas.
Go Lena Peak or Rich Peak?
Rich Peak right now. There's yeah, ROP. We'll go Lena Peak when we get out of the zone here, and I'll show you how that works.
Alright.
If we can get a, sometimes this low you can't get our lead.
317, wind 270 at 7, clear to land westbound. Tango Delta Delta, traffic 1 o'clock, 3 miles, Beaver at 1000, they're just on the north side of Horseshoe Bay on a tour. Tango Delta Delta, we have a traffic. Tango Delta Delta, cleared en route, house sound frequency is 123.2. 1232, Tango Delta, thanks for your help.
123.2, and we'll go transfer. That puts that transfer the frequency and puts it in the active.
There you go.
Leaving
So we'll keep an eye on that
altitude.
Beaver there. Well, let's shoot up house sound here a little ways.
Just take right?
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna make a call here.
Housebound traffic is class there, Golf Tango Delta Delta, just a right turn to the north, coming around Point Atkinson, 2,000 feet, and I have the Beaver below us, southbound in sight.
Okay, thanks, that's Beaver, HMI, we're at 1,000. We'll just stay down here until we're back in the zone, so...
Yeah, he's right underneath us down there.
Sounds good, man, good plan.
I got you up there.
Sorry?
He's just right underneath us.
Yeah, he's gonna, yep, you betcha. He's got us in sight, so we're all good. So the synthetic vision out the front's kind of nice.
Yeah, you can see everything.
That's
match up.
Yep. And then on the top-down map, the yellow is within our height or a few hundred feet below, and the red is at our height or above. So as long as you avoid the yellow and the red zones on the map there, you're good to go. So you want to try the autopilot?
Sure.
Okay. So what you want to do is tell it where you want to go first, and then you turn it on. So let's go heading bug. So if you push the heading button here, just push it in and release it. Yep. And the same with the altitude. Okay, now it should set 2500 in our current heading, and then just push the AP button.
Autopilot.
Okay, now when you turn it on, it goes into roll mode and vertical speed. So you want to push the heading button. Yeah, one more time. Yep, there you go. And then the alt button, ALT.
Where does that say?
Top row, but the middle there.
Oh. Yep.
Oh, there you go. Yep. Okay. So now it has control. Okay. And you know that because the IP's gone green and there's two arrows pointing for roll mode and pitch mode.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So it's going to fly us. It's going to hold 2,400 feet. And it'll hold heading 349 as best it can through these bumps here. And now if we want it to go up to 2,500, we just push the up button here. And it defaults to 500 feet per or whatever I tell it to. And it'll enter a 500-foot climb up to 2,500 feet and level us off again.
Maybe we want to tell it
to turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's shoot down this way. So go ahead and roll the heading bug. Okay, until on your map, you'll see a line. So go ahead and roll the blue line until it's heading kind of down this section of water here. And the airplane will just turn and away we go. Yep, there you go. It's warning us of the mountain ahead of us, which is good. Now the other thing is if we plan a route in here, then you go to nav mode and it'll follow the route. Do all your turns for you, the whole thing. So coming through these clouds here, you get a bit better idea how fast we're moving along. We're doing about 162 knots right now, so not too bad. Add a little bit of throttle here. Normally I cruise at 24 squares, so 24 inches of manifold pressure.
Okay.
And 2,400 RPM, give or take. Yeah, so the nice thing is we can get weather here. Now, I've got an ADS-B on board, so any other aircraft that have ADS-B will show up on the map here. And then when I'm in the States, I can also bring up weather on the map.
Okay.
Which is kind of nice. So if I load, I can load an approach into here. Say if we want to shoot the RNAV approach or the ILS into Abbotsford,
yeah,
I can load it in there. And then the autopilot, if you go to VNAV mode, nav will fly the approach, and when you come to your top of descent, it'll automatically start down the glide slope. You just have to throttle back and throw the gear down, and it'll fly the approach right down to 200 feet. So it's kind of nice. let's shoot back over towards Bowen through the saddle there. We'll cruise back through the, so that, this target here, that's an ADS-B target out in front of us.
Okay.
The diamond there, yeah. It's probably an airliner climbing up out of Vancouver.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And on the map, on the moving map, it will tell you the call sign, how far above or below you he is, and whether he's climbing or descending, and which direction he's heading in.
Oh wow.
Yeah, actually if you zoom out on the map with that right-hand knob there, just turn it to the left. Yeah, so you can see him there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it gives you his registration. The orange line is the direction he's heading, and the longer the line, the faster he's going. And then the minus 19s, he's 1,900 feet below us.
Okay.
So that tells you. So we are at 2,500, which is good for going through the harbor. So we'll shoot back through there, and maybe we'll head up Pit Lake or something. You want to try a roll or something? Or
What?
want to try a roll?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect.
Alright. Mind if I take a picture real quick?
Oh, please, yeah, help yourself.
Got to test out the new iPhone, so.
Nice, oh, you got the new one, eh? Awesome.
Yeah, well, I decided if I'm going to spend money, I may as well match everything up and get all the new stuff.
Got the tech, yeah. Is it the 11 now, or?
Yeah, the 11 Pro Max.
Oh, nice. What do you think of it so far?
It's good. It's
Nice.
really good.
Awesome. Oh, excellent. Good. I'll get you to send that to me once we're back.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay, so let's give Harbor Tower a call.
So when you're level at 2,000, you're cleared overhead the downtown core for orbits with the other helicopter at 1,600 below you.
Harbor Tower, good evening. Glass Air, Golf Tango Delta, information Foxtrot, or Point Atkinson, 2,500 eastbound.
Golf Tango Delta Delta, Harbor Tower, cleared eastbound via Point Atkinson, 3rd Beach and the south shoreline of the inner harbor. Maintain 2,500, altimeter 3022.
Tango Delta.
Okay, so you want to fly for a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so to disconnect the autopilot, you just push the red button.
Autopilot. Disconnect.
Okay, so you have control. Let's climb up to about 3,500 or so.
3,500?
Yeah, so go ahead and advance the throttle to 25 inches. You can go actually to 26 if you like.
Leaving altitude.
Whoops.
Yep, good. And we'll go to, let's say, 3,500 feet. So I'll dial that in for you there. We can just shoot up the lake here.
Left turn here?
Sure, yep. So the airplane's fully aerobatic. We've rolled it, we've looped it.
You've looped it?
Yep, you betcha.
How's that?
Pretty extreme. Yeah, pulling about 4 Gs. There's a little G meter comes up on here if you pull more than 2.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then it tells you your max positive, your max negative. And yeah, we pulled about 3.9 Gs on.
Leaving altitude.
That was we had the short tips on for that one too. It was pretty good.
That must have been something.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And rolls are pretty good. I can do rolls with the long tips on. Rolls a lot quicker with the short tips. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. We've done wing overs, braking turns, and all that kind of stuff. So fun stuff. So far our run time is 45 minutes. Our air time is 33 minutes. We've got 38.2 gallons of fuel on board left. We've used 7 gallons so far. And at this speed and altitude, on this fuel, we could fly for another 3.5 hours. And fly another 745 nautical miles.
It just tells you everything you need to know.
You betcha. Hey, you don't have to do much math in this one. So. Okay, well, I'll show you a few things.
Okay.
Yeah, I have control.
You have control?
And let's do a stall.
Oh boy, alright, here we go.
You ready? So just, we're gonna have a look below me, just have a look above you.
No one above?
No one above.
Traffic.
And below you on that side.
No one below?
Okay. Get a little bit of some smoother air here over here maybe too. We're just going to throttle her back. And hold her level. I'm just going to bring the instruments back over to my side here.
Leaving altitude. Check gear. Check gear.
Yeah, so we're slower than our gear speed, so it's just making sure we... So landing precautions.
Red line's the stall speed?
Red line is should be the clean stall, about 65. So the power's right off. Now it will probably roll as it stalls.
Drop away.
Yep.
And we have traffic.
There she goes, all the way back. And yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Right. Yeah. So it rolls off pretty good in the stall. Okay. And I don't need bad power to recover. It just picks up speed very, very quickly. Okay, now let's try another one.
Okay.
With the gear down.
Oh boy, alright.
Okay, so we're speed checks, gear can come down. And now you watch the speed drop off, okay?
Okay.
So now we got all that drag under there. And we'll see if it still rolls off. Sometimes it will, or sometimes it'll just stay straight, just depends.
And Delta Alpha, Charlie Alpha, we got your 9 o'clock heading north. Roger, Delta Alpha. Stay false traffic, that's 152 Golf.
There it is, and yep, off to the left. So there we go.
So
we're in the gear back up.
At 2,000 feet over McMillan Island, heading eastbound for the practice field.
My iPad's like sync rate,
Yeah, no doubt. I turn that one off in here because it just drives me nuts, yeah.
They're going,
Yeah, so we'll just go, we're going to pitch up and then roll it right over.
alright.
Okay, and there's all positive G's, you don't have to worry about things flying around, so.
Charlie Alpha, we have 2,000 AOT, climb for 3,000.
Okay, so let's pick up a little bit of speed here.
Leaving altitude.
Okay, and no traffic off your side?
No, we're out there.
Okay, so what we do is we pitch up, about 10 degrees.
Approaching altitude.
And then what we do is we just roll it right over.
Leaving
Full stick.
altitude.
There we go.
Wow.
Approaching
And just ease her out of the dive. There you go.
That's really cool.
Pretty straightforward, eh? Yeah. So to lean out, what we do, I've got 4 exhaust gas temp indicators. Okay.
Okay.
And so what we do is we go into the engine page and we go lean mode. Okay. So that puts it into lean mode there. And as we bring the mixture back, make sure we don't have any traffic coming around the corner here. So as we bring the mixture back, okay, you'll see the exhaust gas temps start to rise, all 4 of them there. Okay.
Yeah.
And then one's going to get to peak first, and then it'll start its way back down again. Meanwhile, you see the fuel flow, okay, at the top's down to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, down to 9. So as I'm leaning out, AGTs are rising. Turn a little bit to the left here. Okay, so I keep going, and then when they peak, when the first one peaks, to the left of the bars there, you're going to see a temperature. You see a number and a temperature. So the number is the first one to peak. There's number 1 peak first, number 2 peak second, number 4 peak third, and number 3 will peak fourth as I continue back. There we go. All right, and then the temp, so that's the order of peaking, and then the temperature of now we're lean a peak shows up there. So what you want is you want the last one to peak, which is number 3. It says the 4th one to peak there.
Yeah.
You want that at least about 10 to 20 degrees lean of peak. And then you're pretty much running at an optimal lean point. So I can actually go a little bit richer. And now look at our fuel flow.
Yeah, way down.
Down to 7.3, 7.4 gallons an hour. Alright, now look at our range now. We're over 1,000 miles at this setting and altitude and wind, right? So that's pretty good. Okay. So that's how we do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to richer peak. I lose about, speed-wise, I lose maybe about 5 5 knots or so on the cruise speed, so very little speed loss, but huge fuel savings.
Yeah.
So if we're going on a long trip, definitely Lena Peak's the way to go.
Oh yeah, that's like 4 gallons.
Autopilot.
Yeah.
Disconnect.
Oh yeah, an hour, so that makes a big difference. Well, let's go back to the airport and see if we can get a low and over.
Okay.
It's a low pass over the runway, and then we'll do a pull up and go around. And so let's get the ATIS 250 active and monitor.
This is Mills Airport, ATIS information, Kilo Tower 0, well, that's 0015. Feeling broken above 5,000, altimeter 3021. High bar approach visual, runway 26 left, landing and departing, runway 26 left and 26 right. Inform ATC on initial contact, keep information, Kilo.
Oh.
The tower, good evening, last Golf Tango Delta. What's your Golf Tango Delta Delta, good sir? Yes sir, we have Kilo just over East Maple Ridge at 2300 inbound like a lone over.
Tango Delta Delta, roger, running 26 left, altimeter 3021, cleared straight in, you're number 1.
Tango Delta.
Tango Delta Delta, start, wind 200 up to 4, left hand circuit, clear low approach, running 26 left.
Tango Delta.
Alright, good. Nope, so it's 183 knots. 190 over the ground, actually.
Jeez.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Here we go.
Cheese. Cheese.
Into the left turn. Thousand feet. Put the gear down. Okay, so we'll go flaps 10. Gears down, 3 green.
Tango India Pit Tower Squawk Guidance, altimeter 3021,
25.
cleared north south through the zone, but not below 2,000.
No below 2000, not small. Blue Tango India.
Blue Tango India Tower identified.
Full flaps. Gas, undercarriage, mixture, props, fine, switches are good. And we're 80 knots, initial approach. There we are.
Coming in,
Smooth one.
inbound for full stop.
Tango Delta Delta, taxi via Charlie for 1, response down the need to call.
Tango Delta, roger, thanks for your help, have a good day.
You too.
Okay, so get across the whole line here, come to a stop. And then post landing checks, make sure you're back to the aero, fuel's on, back on the wing, boost pumps off, flaps up, lights off. Trim the elevator back to neutral, and over to ground.
Wasn't few, feeling broken above 5.
23.8, and just monitor, there we go. Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's funny. About 19 minutes over to Victoria.
That's a quick well flight.
Yep, about 28 minutes to Qualicum Beach.
Good ground, good evening.
Better than taking
Charlie
the
Alpha
ferry.
Bravo, Victor.
Yeah, with front of Star Apron 1, requesting a eastbound departure for Apple 3 with Kilo.
Same with driving up to
Charlie
the
Alpha
open
Bravo
hour.
ground, wind light and variable, altimeter 3021.
It's gonna air
Squawk
here.
6710.
Yeah, it's-
Contact me on tower, ready
I
for
don't like to drive anywhere now.
710.
Probably cheaper to fly over to Victoria than take the ferry
It
too.
is, yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah. It burns about $75 an hour in fuel, depending on whether I'm rich people, which is pretty economical.